Rallo, 19,999. Didn't the IRS go on a shopping spree for weapons and ammo? They'll take what they want and or delete you and your dog in the process. So, interesting statement. There's a question there. Did the IRS go on a shopping spree for weapons and ammo? Not that I haven't heard of them going on a particular shopping spree recently for weapons and ammo. I'm sure they have to update their supplies from time to time and perhaps purchase some more. Given kind of the current administration's disposition towards the IRS and the fact that there are thousands fewer IRS personnel right now than there were at the beginning of the year, I don't think I haven't heard of any recent IRS armament shopping spree, Rallo. In fact, I think someone had a related question or comment about how many guns does the IRS have. That a link to that video, top of the screen. Check that out. I kind of dig into the parts of the IRM where it describes what kind of IRS personnel are armed, what kind of guns they're actually armed with. There's actually a specific kind of long range gun group within IRS criminal investigation. So yes, there are armed IRS agents. They are called special agents. They're in the criminal investigation division of the IRS. Okay, so if you meet with a revenue officer or something, a revenue officer is not armed. They are a collections official. Okay, they're not a criminal investigator, right? The the IRS personnel who are armed, who are federal law enforcement officers, are called special agents. They're badged and armed, just like other special agents in the federal government. And if they are arresting somebody, yeah, they're gonna be armed. That's just common sense. Everyone knows that. If a law enforcement personnel are armed, just in case something happens. And yes, they can take what they want in terms of. Let's scoot back, right? But even these IRS special agents who are arresting people, they don't want to kill them. They want to arrest them because they suspect them of committing some kind of a tax crime, and then they want to see that these individuals have due process, right? After the law enforcement officers done what they perceive to be their duty, arresting this individual, taking them into custody. That's when the legal side gets involved. That's when this individual would be indicted, right? Typically in district court. There are obviously involved lawyers from the Department of Justice, right, who would prosecute. That's what they want to see happen in those cases. Okay. But when it comes to the majority of people with tax problems who are not under criminal investigation, yeah, the IRS can take what they want, which is basically just your money and your stuff. Okay. They don't want your life. They don't want your dog's life. Okay. They would much rather have a living, income earning, tax paying person than a deceased person who can no longer earn income and nor can they pay taxes. At least not for long after they pass away. Of course, their estate could be on the hook for some taxes, but that's a short period of time. And as a matter of fact, on this note, not to say it's never happened, I can't think of, I don't think there is at least not anything we know publicly of an instance where an IRS criminal investigator has actually deleted someone or their dog while on duty. I can't think of a single incident where that has happened. Now, there have sadly been incidents where IRS personnel, not just criminal investigators at the IRS, but IRS personnel have been killed on the job. There was, I think, a suicidal maniac who crashed a plane into a federal building, and I think one of the casualties was an IRS employee. I think more recently, an IRS special agent was unfortunately killed in a training incident, right? Unfortunately, I think another, I don't know if it's an accidental discharge or what, but another person another IRS CI special agent getting, doing their firearms training. Somehow that individual's firearm went off, hit this other individual, and that individual died. I think back like in the 80s, there was a revenue officer who was killed during a physical visit with the taxpayer. So, actually, I guess if we just look historically, there have been more documented incidents, at least in the public eye, where IRS personnel have been killed in the line of duty than the other way around. And in fact, I don't think there are anything that we can know anything that we can see publicly. Again, not to say it's never happened, but at least to the public knowledge, I don't believe there's ever been a recorded incident that is public of IRS personnel actually taking an individual's life or a dog's life, for that matter. Anyway, yeah, IRS they don't want your life. They want your money and they want your compliance. Okay. Anyway, folks, if you owe the IRS or your state at least $10,000 in back taxes, or you have multiple years of unfiled tax returns, you qualify for a free consultation with us here at Choice Tax Relief. So give us a call, 866-8000-TAX. That's 866-8000-829. Or you can go to choicetaxrelief.com, fill out the form on the website. We will reach out to you. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.